back to another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. We are back with your girl, Sweet Pea. We are here with the lovely Miss Claudia Jordan. Welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries.
Hey, Sweet Pea. How you doing, my fellow Aries sister?
Yes. We were talking offline, y'all. We have the same birthday, April 12th.
That is insane. Like, what are the odds? We are the most misunderstood, but generous. But people think we're mean because we got rest and bitch face. But I feel like Aries are the most misunderstood of all the signs. I really, really do.
I agree with that.
I get you. I get you.
Yes. You know what I mean? Oh, you're arrogant. You think you all that. Maybe.
I mean, y'all think we're all that. So, no, we just trying to save the world out here in these streets. That's all we do.
You know, you need us. We know it all. We have the plan. So, Claudia, you have had a successful career, a longevity career, but you started off as like Miss Teen Rhode Island.
Back in 1991, I was in the mall with my mama and there was a model search and I was shy. I used to have my head down. I was like a nerd. I used to wear whack ass clothes and never did my hair right, which some things never change. But anyways, they asked me to do a model search. Remember John Casablanca's modeling school? It was and I was like, Mom, we don't have money for this modeling school. So it was like, you know, they wanted me to spend all this money and we didn't have it like that. So while I was at the modeling school, they said, well, there's a pageant coming up. Would you be interested? And you should run. I'm like, I'm not going to win this pageant. All little rich white girls are going to win. We can't afford a gown or any of that stuff. So they convinced us to do the pageant. And I had a little fundraiser. Like I would ask people to sponsor me, you know, local businesses, whatever. I raised the money. And I won Miss Teen Rhode Island and I went to Miss Teen USA. And that's how I caught the bug. And I was like, I want to get more into this. And I still wanted to be a biologist, but I just got into the world, and here we are 30 years later. Damn, that was 20 years ago. Oh my God, I'm old as fuck.
And Claudia, you actually set like, you know, the first Black, you were the second Black woman to hold that title. Like, that's a big deal.
There was another Black girl, but she don't really be saying Black. She'd be like, I'm big and I'm mixed. And I'm like, well, I'm Black, I'll take it. So she's the first mixed girl. I'm gonna claim the first Black girl, even though my mom was Italian, but I'm the first Black girl. I don't play that. I'm Black.
Okay. All right. Exactly. But you know, people do try to put that on you. And I think that's so unfair.
You know, I don't mind people want me to acknowledge my Italian side because I feel like my mother did raise me and she was a damn good mother. She is a damn good mother. But I don't like it when people use it as a way to diminish your Blackness. Because I feel in my heart and how I represent, I don't get a discount on my racism. Like no racists have ever treated me half as bad because I have a white parent. They don't be like, well, we're going to be less racist to you because your mom is white. But I do. I want to make my dark-skinned sisters and brothers understand. I understand that in this whack society that there is some privilege that they do give to lighter-skinned Black women and men. I understand that. And I know the pain that I understand the pain that they feel. So I don't want to take that for granted and act like I don't have some kind of privilege because I know white folks sometimes will treat a lighter skinned Black person better. I want to say that once and for all because I've been accused of being a colorist.
Yeah, right.
It's not the case. You know what I mean? So, but we got to stop trying to like take away Blackness from people that we see that are light skinned or have a white parent. Like they're not as Black and they don't matter. Because we still have things that do matter. Like, let's be one. We together.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We have to, we got to start with our older generation, though, because I have, you know, aunties and grandmothers, and, you know, we do that to ourselves because my grandmother used to be like, don't bring that Black baby in here. That's not your, you know, to my older cousins and stuff, and would say, that's not your baby. It's too Black. So, you know, we got to, you know, fix it within ourselves as well. And I feel like we don't want to acknowledge that a lot, but we have to.
You're absolutely right. It does come from our older relatives because back then they thought, well, you have an easier life if you had a lighter skinned baby or a lighter skinned man and life would be easier for you. So I get the ignorance back then. It was a survival thing, but we don't have to do that anymore. You know what I mean? We got to stop making people feel like if you're dark skinned, you're less attractive or, you know, you'll have a better life if you're light. Like, I think we should be past that now. You know what I mean? We're creating all kinds of complexes in
Yeah.
our kids, you know?
Yes, in our own selves. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said. Like, um, sometimes we are our biggest critics too. So we have to stop also being so hard on each other, and we have to embrace each other. So perfect. Now, were you aspiring to get into the music videos? Because I seem like once you got out of the Team USA, you were the video girl.
No. So
How
I went to Rhode Island and I was like, you know what? I feel like I want to go to LA and just see if I can like, make it out there. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I actually went to LA for a weekend. And
okay.
as soon as I got the plane, this male model friend of mine named Adrian, he took me to the Beverly Center. And I was there for like, honestly, Sweet Pea, like 15 minutes. And this guy named Dominique comes up to me. He's like, do you want to be in a D'Angelo video? And I was like, what? Is this for real? And he's like,
Oh,
so I guess they had someone booked for my part, but it didn't work out with her. So I was replacing someone on the video. So they told me how much I'd get paid. And he's like, tomorrow, be there. So I went, and it was like the Black Noxzema girl, all these beautiful actresses and models that I've recognized in all these campaigns. They were like the high-end Black models back then. And then it was me and those dreaming eyes of mine. And that was 1996. And then I moved to LA like a few months later. And then I just got, the next one and the next one, the next one. It was like,
on and popping. 96 was a good year. That's the year I graduated high school. That was like, yeah, 96. I feel like that was, the 90s, early 2000s. It was just golden era back then.
it really was.
Yeah, so I can really feel like see how you were, into that must have been great. Oh wow, I would have loved that.
Especially being from Rhode Island. I mean, we don't have a lot of people that get out of there and like get in the business. We have a few though. Jeffrey Oswald's from Rhode Island. We have a few other actresses. Meredith Vieira from The View.
Okay.
So, when you come out of Rhode Island, there's a great sense of pride, like, and my people will be like, that's my cousin, or, she's in the D'Angelo video. And it was a big deal. Like, it really, I love the support I get from everybody in the 501. Like, I mean, 401. Oh, I said 501. Am I high?
Right.
No, I'm not.
No, it's great. It's late. So you went from that, and then I think you were on what, Deal or No Deal? The Price is Right. You were all into that. How'd that go?
A bunch of commercials first. It took me a couple years before I booked my first national commercial. Then I just got a whole bunch in a row. So I had like several commercials running at the same time, Coors Light and Pepsi and Microsoft. And then I had an audition for The Price is Right. And they were looking for two new girls. And it was like a nationwide search. And then I remember my meeting the producer when I left said, now that's a pretty girl. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I got the call, and the rest is history. I was on it for 3 years. It's the longest running daytime show in history. I got a lot of like recognition from that, and that led to Deal or No Deal, and then hosting on Fox Sports, and all the. That's when I got to hosting, but it felt really good to get that gig and be the Black girl on The Price is Right.
Did you meet Diane, the famous Diane?
Not Diane, but I met Kathleen Bradley, the sister that I, that she passed the torch to me, and that's my girl to this day. And she has been nothing but positive and supportive, because it wasn't her fault. Like, they got rid of them under shady circumstances. Why I even got my job, because there was a bunch of lawsuits, and if you got subpoenaed in this lawsuit and you testified, then they would fire you. So then they got new girls in. Like, that's what was happening.
Yeah, I heard something like that. Wow, it's so shady in the industry. Well, that was good for you. You got to move on up in the big leagues, and then you went on to what? So a celebrity? Oh my God, I don't even want to mention that.
Celebrity.
Oh my God.
So while I was doing Deal or No Deal, we had a lot of celebrities come through, because a lot of times that would be part of the deal that they would offer a contestant. Like, okay, if you take this deal, you also get to meet Donald Trump or George Bush or, football player. They would have whoever. They would have a lot of people. So Trump came to the show, and he was talking to some girls about trying to put a model on Celebrity Apprentice. And I was in a real estate at the time. So all the other girls they told him, you need to talk to Claudia. Like, that's who would be good for your show. So he came up to me and he was like, I heard you're the girl I need to talk to. I said, you goddamn right. I said, I was wondering what would take you so long. So I was real feisty. I was feisty. He liked it. Like, I wasn't an ass kisser. So his security got my number, and then he started calling me, and we became friends. It took a year before NBC agreed to put me on Celebrity Apprentice. And then after that, he would call me and we used to chop it up. He used to be cool back in the day before the Tea Party got to me, got on that Bertha bullshit and became a friend.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you. Like, how did you feel seeing him make that transition? Because I hear that a lot. Like, he was cool. Like, people, he knew everybody. Everybody knew Puffy, everybody. And then how did he go from that to what we see now?
I feel like we were betrayed, because we had his back. We used to put him in all the rap. He was in all the rap songs, and he was the goal in especially in the Black community. Be like, I want to be rich like Donald Trump. Like he was a measure of success, and to go from like me, like saying how supporting him and saying that he was cool people's, to when he started to kind of change into that birther shit. When we're so proud about Barack Obama and you're over here shitting on him, that's when I started to like distance myself from him. And we were doing Celebrity Apprentice All Stars when this happened. The day that I was project manager, he rushed through my boardroom meeting because that's the first day he went public and made the whole. Remember, he made this offer like, I'll give $5 million to whoever can bring me Barack Obama's birth certificate or something.
Yes.
So he fired me quickly that day and then went on to do that. So I remember feeling a way like, you rushed through our boardroom meeting so you can go trash Barack Obama. And when I spoke to him about Barack Obama before, he never was hating on him. He was like, I like your guy. It's just that I need to, show loyalty to John McCain because that's my friend. And I was like, okay. And then you see how we ended up with John McCain. There is no loyalty there.
There is none. Yeah. Wow. That is like insane. That is
But when I tell you, if I would call his phone, he would pick up the phone in the middle of a meeting at Trump Towers. He would talk to me. I would be like, oh my God, you're in a meeting. Why are you picking up? Like, I don't want people to think that there's more to this than there is. He was like, oh, he didn't take it serious. Like, I do what I want. And when he does like you, like he'll try to cap for you. Like he was arguing with NBC about why they should put me on because there was some resistance if I wasn't big enough for Celebrity Apprentice. And I was like, well, you have playmates on there that just did one thing of Playboy. You can put me on. So then they ended up doing it. But he fought for me, and that's why when I wasn't vocal about Trump at first, even when he was doing fuck shit. I didn't get vocal about it for a while. I kind of was like, well, he was good to me. And then the more he did, the more I was like, okay, he's not the same person anymore. And I changed my perception of him. You know what I mean? Like my view of him.
Right. That's, you know what? And that is like, I even was trying to root for him in the beginning. Like maybe he's not, maybe this is just, I don't know. Like maybe this is just a joke. I was like, this can't be, he can't really be running for president. Like he can't really be doing this, but it's terrible. And then to see them do all what they did on Capitol Hill and the stuff that that movement that I forget what it's called.
The insurrectionists.
Yeah, and they really believed that the Democrats were going to get assassinated, and Biden wasn't going to really be inaugurated. That Trump was going to kill Biden. It's a website, and they have all this information.
QAnon and the
QAnon. Yeah. I'm like, people really believe this shit.
When we would see stories about Hitler and people would say, how did a whole country allow this man to do this and get away with these things? Now you see people are so consumed with celebrity and with, personalities that they lose their mind. These people are fans of him because let me tell you something. Donald Trump is charismatic and he's funny and he's entertaining. So you got people that cannot separate what a good leader is with, I like him, he's as funny. So they're blinded by, it's like the Pied Piper, just like making these people, he's got them so brainwashed. And I see people having full-on breakdowns online that are like nervous breakdowns. Like, what do we do now? They don't know what to do with themselves.
Yes, that's what, yeah, me and my boss were talking about that earlier. So I work at a cardiology practice. I'm a director over there. And she was like, they really like feel like they don't know what to do. I was like, really? Because I hadn't, and she showed it to me, and I was like, what? This is horrible.
Well, remember what he said, if I ever ran for president, I would run as a Republican because they're the dumbest they're the dumbest people. And then he said that. And
wow.
and he sees how easily they're manipulated. But remember, Donald Trump was a independent or a Democrat back in the day. He used to hang out with Bill Clinton and Hillary. They were all friends. He was pro-choice. He was all of that. And then he changed. He saw that the Democrats weren't really fucking with him like that. So he changed and started catering to and pandering to the white supremacists. And when he saw that they're really rocking with me, so he started to craft his message to be things that would like get them riled up. So it's kind of like, your fan base that you want to like you ain't really rocking with you. So you just like, all right, they don't like me as a rapper, so let me be a country singer.
Right.
Change my whole shit. And that's what he did.
And then he's seen how manipulative, like he can really manipulate those people, and that they have a little coin, and he's all about the coin. But I don't think that he really thought it through, because I can see now he's just gonna go down, down, down.
His brand is ruined now. He lost millions of dollars in his hotels, and not the people that are his fan base. Like he does have the 1%, like the richer people, right? But he also, the majority of his fan base and followers are poor white people that are in Appalachia. They're in the West Virginia and Alabama. Those people don't have money. Those people can't afford to go stay in Trump Towers and Trump International. They're not staying there. So his hotel is suffering. You know what I mean? Like they can't afford a round of golf at his golf courses. So the people that really are holding him down, he don't rock with them. He don't like them trailer park people. He don't like that. That's not who he rocks with.
No.
Rich people.
Yeah. And the rich people is the Democratic Party. They're the celebrity. They're all in the Democratic Party. Yeah. So even if he is dealing with the little 1% over there, I just don't think that he really thought this through. So
yeah.
Bye, orange man.
I love that he's banned from Twitter. I know he's going crazy, girl. Like
he's sitting over there like, what the damn it?
He can't even vent. He can't vent. Poor Melania. He's probably slapping her around. I don't know.
And she, oh my God, she just looks so miserable. Did you know her? Did you meet her?
She was around. We went to the U.S. Open one time. He invited me and my friend Kelly Kilo. We went to his box, and she was there. She never really spoke much. She just kind of sat there and would pose with all her diamonds and this huge yellow diamond ring. And she just would sit there, and he would kind of not really pay her any mind. Like when we were around, he would be all up in, whoever's face. And he would be like, I will tell you this. I was in the box, the owner of the Jets or the Giants. I think it was the Jets. Oh, I forgot his name, but he's in the movie industry. And Gerard Butler, the star of 300. Remember that movie 300?
Yeah.
Spartan.
Yeah.
Trump was like trying to like he was trying to like hook us up, but he was like, he's the best actor ever. And he's like, and Claudia, she's the best host or whatever he was saying to hype me up.
That was good.
He was trying to do that, and Gerard was really, 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 really cool. He came and met me and my girls for lunch the next day in the village, and he was like running for paparazzi so they wouldn't catch him, but he hung out with us, and that was the extent of it. But like Trump was like really, like he really will. I understand why people get caught up in his essence, because he'll make you feel really good. Like he'll really gas you up, and like he likes to be gassed up too. So really, to be a Trump friend, you just got to tell him how great he is, and then he'll celebrate you as well. It's just a bunch of like, it's a big circle jerk, basically.
Wow. You're so cute. You are too much.
Circle jerk, basically. But Melania didn't say 2 words, and she'd be at Celebrity Apprentice at the finale, kind of in the background, no one's really saying anything to her. He's up. He's working the room. He's a social butterfly, and I don't know. I want to see who's she gonna be. How long before the divorce comes?
Yep.
Is she gonna get with a black man or a Mexican man?
I think Mexican.
You think Mexican? Oh, what would make him matter? You think Mexican or black?
Mexican.
Yeah, she could be like
black people. He likes black people.
She'd be like, destroy these walls. Forget building a wall. Tear these walls up.
Damn.
These walls, Mexican. Is that bad? I know I'm politically incorrect.
Well, that's what she's gonna want, because I know she haven't had it good in a while. Because
I can't
be doing anything. But I did hear it was a rumor he tried to kiss you. Now, girl, was that true?
Oh, he did, like twice. Like I remember he was showing me around his house, and then he just was like, I turned, he was right there, and I was like, he was like this. Looks like a little butthole. And I was like, and he's tall, and he was like, and I was like, you're married, I felt so uncomfortable. I'm like, Melania, I can't, you're married, and he was like, oh yeah, isn't she fantastic? I go, yeah, that's why you shouldn't be kissing me. I'm gonna go back downstairs. I gotta go. I was so uncomfortable.
I bet.
But yeah, that's what he does. Like, I maybe he thought because we were cool, maybe he took that as I don't know, a sign. But I never flirted with him though. Like, I was always like, this, we cool, and I would always bring someone with me. Except this one time, I went he said he was having a party at his house in Beverly Hills. He had a house right by the Beverly Hills Hotel off Sunset. So I was like, all right, I'll come by. You're having a party. I'll say what's up and show my face. Like, you put me on TV shows, like we could. And when I got there was like 3 people there, and he's like, let me show you around the house. And he wanted let me give you a tour of the house that I didn't ask for.
Right.
Away from the other couple people there. That's what he went for. And I was like, but I escaped unscathed. And, and I remember when all the women were coming out, they wanted me to come forward. I go, he didn't rape me.
Right.
I would never mix what happened with me with people who have, really traumatic experiences.
Right.
I'm a girl. Listen, it was inappropriate, but I survived, and I wasn't like, I was going to act like I was traumatized. I wasn't. I've been through worse. And then it's not like, listen, lots of men try this kind of shit. And I kept it moving, and we still were friends after that, but I would always make sure to like bring a friend with me.
Right.
I didn't think he was gonna rape me, but I thought that I didn't want to be in that uncomfortable situation with someone that I do want to work with, but I don't want it to be in that direction. I'm not.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Right. Now, is that a thing? Oh my God, my allergies. I knew this was going to happen. But is that a thing in Hollywood? Like, do the producers, because I keep hearing this, like, pretty girls, you're expected to just, it's whatever.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, there's an argument to be made that's why I kind of veered away from acting when I first moved to Hollywood. I went there for that, and then I was like, the things that were happening. I remember auditioning for this one director who was like, "Oh, I have this movie part. It's gotta be you and Boris Kojo, and there's a flashback to this love scene where you're husband and wife, and you're gonna have to be naked in this scene, and but we won't show anything." And I was like, I'm not really big on nudity. And then he's like, well, I need you to read the lines with your top off. And I was like, the fuck? He tried. And when he said that, I was like, well, I don't think I want to do that. He's like, come on, what you ashamed of your body? Aren't you a model? He tried to guilt me to make me feel bad. Like, you're a model. I mean, isn't that what you do? You show your body. I go, yeah, but I don't do nudity. And then he was just like making me feel bad. And he had locked the door, and it was just me, him, and the camera. And I was like, well, I don't want to read these lines with my top off. And then he was disgusted with me. And then he ended up letting me go, and I got out and I left. And I don't even like to put Boris's name there. I don't even think he even did the movie with Boris. I think he just used his name to put like an attractive, guy. And I don't even think that, and it made me feel like shit. And this same guy, a friend of mine told me she auditioned for him, and it was at his house. And sometimes this happens if they have like a workspace, right? Which we know now we would never do that. And she's a married girl. And when she was there, he gave her a bottle of water, and he twisted the cap off and gave it to her. Well, she drank some of the water, and she started feeling weird. And she was like, I need to leave. I feel dizzy. He's like, no, lay down. And she was adamant about leaving. Well, turns out she had this water tested, and it tested positive for GHB, the date rape drug, and she was able to get away. And when he saw me out one time, he's like, "Oh, your friend's over here telling me blah blah," and saying that I tried to drug her. And I go, "Well, she had the water tested, and it tested positive." And we never put him out there on blast, like his name, but it's a Black director, and it's just like,
oh wow, a Black man,
and it's just like, you're doing this to your own people. Like, we got it hard enough in this business. Like, stop, knock it off. If you can't get ass as a director in Hollywood, now he wasn't John Singleton or Anton Fuqua, wasn't the big one like that, but he's done enough where you don't want to do all that. Just go spend some money on one of these girls at the Beverly Center, and you can get some ass. Okay, right. It's not that hard these days. Right. And he did that, and I remember being so turned off, and I was like, listen, y'all can clown me about being a game show model. I'd much rather do that where I'm not. It's a safer place. If I have to do that to get,
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Right. Yeah. And your thing, what you were doing is more like business, like
Yeah.
game shows and all that. You don't have to be, I think they like to do that for the control, just to know that they can do it because they know they have this position.
And then they have something on you. And then once you, I knew a girl that was beautiful, and she moved to Hollywood, and she ended up hooking up one of these producers that did all the black shows back in the early '90s, late '90s, early 2000s. And she got a few little guest starring roles and stuff. And then once the producer put it out there that he was hitting it, and it's like once you do that for one, they all want you to kind of do that same thing. And then she was stuck, and she never really blew up, and she was gorgeous. And it's just like I remember. I'm glad I learned these lessons early on when I first moved out there. Like, Steven Seagal. I've talked about Steven Seagal before. Auditioned with him, and locking doors and take your shirt off and all, and try to escape. And it's just like they put the pressure on you where you feel like, well, is this what everybody else does? And is this just how it is? You know what I mean? So
Right. Well, congratulations on not even having to do that. That's terrible.
I have never fucked for a role, and I'm way too
That's
lazy for a fuck anyways. And yeah, I'm not doing it now. At 47, you're gonna get some lazy sex with a bad hip. I'm not doing it. And that
Claudia. Claudia, you're so crazy. But I hear you on your shows. You have a love of your life now.
I have a great boyfriend. His name is KJ Kendall, and he's a sergeant, Air Force sergeant, 20 years. He's retired from the. He's a great DIYer, like do it yourself.
Yeah.
He fixes everything. He's like, what's funny? Before I left LA, I was so sick of these men that couldn't do manly things like change a tire, hook up a stereo. I told my friend Nikki Chu, I said, I just want a guy who could change a tire and hook my stereo up and do manly things like around the house. And then I got him as soon as I moved to Dallas. Like he does all of that. And he's a great guy. He does real estate now, and he's so supportive. He's in the other room right now. Like he's with me every single day. And he comes off very polite and proper, but he talks big shit just like me under his breath. People think he's nice and I'm the bitch, but he's an asshole. But we have the same kind of sense of humor, and we really get along. He's a great human being. He really is.
That's great. That's great, Claudia. I like you. I like you.
We have a couple years now too, and nobody's cheated on nobody. We solid. So
Yeah, that's what's up. Is he a white man?
is he white?
Is he white?
Girl, no.
Oh shit. I'm thinking about crossing over. I'm sick of these brothers. I'm sick of
I get it. A lot of brothers ain't. Listen, a lot of men ain't really acting right these days. I get it. He a brother, but I get it. Listen, I wouldn't be mad at you. There's a difference between wanting to date a white man because you want to shit on black men and you think that they're better. There's a difference between that than from I've tried it. It hasn't been working out. So let me expand my horizons, my options. If you have self-hate and you're like, fuck black men, that's one thing. I can't condone that. I can't rock with you, sister. But if you're like, listen, I may never find someone if I don't open up my options. I feel there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Because I've never dated outside my race, and I always said I wouldn't. But I'm like, maybe let me try because I've been having them. They've been hitting on me lately, so I said, let me
brace yourself for that penis. It's gonna look different.
That's what I heard. That's what I'm afraid of.
So before we do it, just like maybe go to the grocery store and buy some bologna and look at that meat. And if it doesn't gross you out, then you'll be okay. With some raw hot dogs, you know what I'm saying?
But see, that's what I said, because I have to have it. It has to be right. So I don't know. I may have to double take that then, because I don't know. It looked like that. Looked like bologna. How do you know?
I seen one once. It was in college. I don't like bologna.
So Claudia, you have the T-Gym. I gotta move on. You got the T-Gym show now with Al Reynolds and
Funky Dineva.
That's my boy. I love Funky Dineva.
Oh yeah. What happened?
How's it going?
Oh my God, we did the show tonight. My makeup is running because I was laughing. You know what I love about that show? It came about so organically. We were all at Cynthia Bailey's wedding, And I've hung with Al Reynolds many times. I always said, you need to be on TV. And I was riding to the wedding with Gary with the T, who I love. And I asked if Al Reynolds could ride with us because he was by himself down in Atlanta. So Gary picked us up and we rode to the wedding. And the ride to the wedding was so funny. My boyfriend's in the car with me in the back seat, Al Reynolds and Gary in the front seat. We're in Gary's beautiful car. And I'm like, this needs to be on TV. Then we get to the wedding and I see Funky Dineva and I go, oh, these three. I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Okay.
So this was on October 10th. And I'm like, the next day I said, I saw Funky. I go, I need to know I have your current number because I have an idea. And I said, are you open to doing some TV? He goes, absolutely. So I pitched them an idea. I didn't tell them who else was going to be on the show. They were all for it. And then we did the first episode. I just brought them on as, like, I told my executive producer, the head of network, I said, I just want to try this out and see. And then he was like, this shit is so funny. And then it became a thing. And Gary with the T is not on it anymore. And I'm sharing this for the first time, so you're going to get an exclusive.
Okay.
Because Ricky Smiley is being a hater.
Oh.
Ricky doesn't like me, and he doesn't want anyone that's on his shows to do anything with me. He's banned my name from even being mentioned on his show, and I don't know why. We shouldn't have this kind of beef. He has in his mind that I somehow tried to destroy him, or I've said bad things about him on the Breakfast Club, which I only told a funny story about him not allowing me to have breakfast in the studio with him, which was true. I have pictures of him, and we laugh about it later, but he's just being emotional, and the show was a hit, so he. I don't like how he's making videos saying how he wants everybody on the show to go flourish, but then you're blocking Gary with the T. This is a paid gig. You're blocking him financially, and we're friends. You're never going to stop us from being friends. And basically, Gary had to choose if he wanted to still be on his show. He couldn't do anything with me anymore, so we had to, respect that. And Gary was crying about it. Like he felt so. It was fun. Everyone else on that show, Eva, who is my girl,
Yeah.
Everybody else gets to do other gigs, and to stop Gary because you don't like me, you're not violating any contracts. I mean, Gary's a good guy, and I actually reach out to his management to see if I can have a conversation with Ricky to squash whatever it is we have. And I'm gonna say this right now, Ricky Smiley, I want to have a conversation with you, and let's squash whatever it is. Let's get to the bottom of it. And be this Christian man that you say you are.
Okay.
Be this man of God that you say you are, and have a conversation. I haven't worked for you since 2014 or 15, I believe. It's been 6 years. Whatever it is, let's let it go and move forward.
It's been 6 years. Let it go. Let Gary go. Release Gary.
Let him do.
Opportunity.
And it's like, we're Black people in media. You gave me the great opportunity to be on the show. I appreciate it. It just didn't work out. It didn't work out. And for whatever reasons, it didn't work out. Right. And I could say a lot about that, but I don't. I'm just leaving it at, it didn't work out. I don't hate you. I didn't sue you for anything. I didn't come up with no sexual harassment charges or anything. I didn't try to ruin you. And I'm not saying that there was that, but I'm just saying I didn't try to I just went in peace.
Right.
I had an interview on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne was trying to get dirt, and I told a funny story, but I didn't trash him. And for that, I got accused of all kinds of lies.
Wow.
And I'm being made to be this victim. And I mean, this person that's vindictive, and I'm not. Right. So when you got to put Gary on my show, it was a hit. The people loved it, and then you blocking it. And Gary can't do anything. He can't speak about this, but I can. Right. I'm under the Ricky Smiley thumb. And I just want Ricky, if you're going to be this person on the radio that claims God and talks about being with the church, guess what? Part of being a Christian is forgiveness and being mature and not having hate in your heart. Yeah. So let go of whatever it is. I'm extending the invitation to you to have a conversation with me. My number is the same. You have it. Let's talk. Let's squash this and get to a better place, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be in the business for a long time, just like you are. So are we gonna keep doing this or not? Because guess what? I'm not afraid, and I speak my mind. And I could be saying a lot more, and I'm not. So
come on. You're gonna have to. She's extending the olive branch. You have to be a man about this. And if you are a Christian man of God, she is asking for forgiveness, and she's asking to talk. So reach out to Claudia. You have her number. We want to see Gary. I like Gary. I need that. I need that.
And you know what? It's like we should be cross promoting. I wouldn't mind having Gary on the show, and we
Yeah.
could even shout out Ricky's show and be like, "Yo, from the Ricky Smiley Money Show, whatever." I don't have a problem with that. And actually, I'm not the one that needs forgiveness. He needs forgiveness from me for what he's saying about me.
Exactly.
I mean, I've said my little shit, and if there's something he needs me to address, I'm even woman enough to say if there's something I need to apologize for, I will. I will. In the sake of, listen, life is short. I just lost a cousin to Corona. I had Corona. Life is short. You used to be my dog, Ricky Smiley. You said I was so funny. So go back to where you thought about me in 2005 and 6 and 7 and 8. I'm the same person. You changed.
Right. Ricky, you changed, she said. You switched up, boy. Go.
He's going to be mad about this. Watch. He's going to be mad about this. He's going to find a way to go and rant about it. But that's fine. If you want to keep, and don't slander me, Ricky, because I got more stuff I could say. But I'm going to always keep it cute as long as you keep it,
Keep it real, Ricky. Keep it real. And I actually mentioned your show last night because I did the Where the Money Reside interview, and he was just on your show. So, Ricky, come on, Ricky.
Ricky, it's 2021.
Gosh, life is too short for all of this. And Claudia, yeah, you did have COVID. How did you do that? Did you? It working?
What'd you say? I think you know what. We have been being so. I've traveled and I've gone places, but we're always in masks. We have this huge bottle of hand sanitizer. One day, I live in a high rise in uptown in Dallas. One day, I went downstairs to check my mail at an hour that I'm like, okay, no one's gonna be in the elevator. And I think I didn't have my mask on. I went in the elevator, and then a girl got on the elevator, and she didn't have a mask on. And I remember being like, okay, maybe we're good. And I got it after that. So it could have been that moment. It could have been at a grocery store picking up a item, and then I don't know, but it's gone now. I'm negative, and I had breathing issues. I lost my sense of taste and smell. I had severe chills and body aches, and it was painful. It was
I heard. I think I had it when it wasn't COVID, when they weren't in the beginning last year, like December, early January. I think all of us in my house, we had it. We were definitely ill. It was terrible. And my daughter is an asthmatic. She was down for 16 days. So I think we had it when the government wasn't saying that it was COVID. Yeah, because we never caught it all this time. But I think we had it because I was so sick. Like I had never been sick before. Couldn't get off the couch. Like you just said, chills, like some type of, like I'm going through withdrawal.
You're like, am I a crackhead?
I said, I don't take medicine. What's going on? But yeah, so I know how that is. Well, thank God you're healthy.
You too. I'm glad you got through it, and your daughter. Seriously.
Thank you. But right now, I'm suffering from allergies. So in the winter, I have it bad. And I use nose spray, and I think I shouldn't use the nose spray. I think that makes it worse. But I can't breathe, and my nose just runs the rest, child.
Do you try the old school remedies like the apple cider vinegar, like a shot of that?
No, I never have tried that.
You should try. My grandmother told me that before she passed. She's like, the apple cider vinegar, you take a shot of it. Whenever I feel the beginning of a water, because I used to get allergies all the time. I didn't get sick for 2 years before COVID. And it's like apple cider vinegar, you take a shot of it. It's nasty, but a little bit. Just take a little swig and you feel it eating up whatever's in your throat. And it stopped me from getting sick for like years. I swear by it. Yep, try that. Bragg's apple cider vinegar.
Well, yes, I do know that Patricia Bragg, anything that she makes, that amino acids that you put on your food, the liquid aminos, that's good for you. So I will try that.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Well, it's been a pleasure, Claudia. Thank you for taking the interview. Ricky, you better call Claudia.
Please, Ricky, listen, I'm not your enemy. I listen, you've done amazing things with your career. You went from Comic View with them corny jokes,
right,
radio show to where you're killing it. Listen. Your humor may not be for me, but it's for a lot of people, and millions of people rock with you. And listen, I can give you constructive criticism. All I'm saying is this. There's a big picture here, and all the Black people in media should be rocking with each other. We should be able to promote. You shouldn't ban my name from being mentioned on your radio show by your host that still like me. And right. I should still be able to celebrate you when you're doing your thing. So let's have a conversation. It don't gotta be for the press. It can be private, and let's put an end to this either way.
Either way.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's on period. Now, Claudia, where can the people find you at? Where are you at, girl?
On my computer, starting shit, talking shit, being the shit. You can follow me at Claudia Jordan on Instagram, on Twitter, my Facebook. I'm trying to build my other Facebook up. But listen, you have been fun, and you were Aries, so whatever you need any, just you holler me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, guys, this is it. We are out. Bye, Claudia.
Bye, girl.